Legends. Harvey Cummings, everyone. Give him some sprinkle fingers. Actually, better off, give him some tips on Venmo. Harvey Cummings, we love you. All right, Daybreak Legends, welcome to our November meeting. I'm Matt Olin, co-founder of Charlotte is Creative, and your host here at Creative Mornings Charlotte. And it is awesome to be with you this morning. A special shout out to those of you who are joining us from around the world. We are glad that you're with us too. Now, for those of you who are joining us on Zoom, just a few quick reminders. First and foremost, choose speaker view, not gallery view. Now, you should see that option in the top corner of your Zoom screen. This will allow you to best see the person speaking or performing at any time. And secondly, everyone is muted by default, so we want to keep the audio as clear as possible. So please do keep yourself muted during the program. Now, that said, feel free to turn on your camera. We want to see those beautiful faces of yours. So you just click start video for that. I really want to see you, and you can interact with us and show your love for this morning's performers and speakers by using your chat feature or the two reaction icons, both found at the bottom of your screen. And if you hear something that you really like, show us those sprinkle fingers. This is the closest thing to a virtual hug or a high five that we've been able to come up with so far. All right, you're probably wondering, why am I sitting on an airplane? Well, I decided I wanted to fly out today to personally thank our creative brothers and sisters at our San Diego chapter for choosing this month's theme of radical. I mean, in light of everything we have seen and experienced and thought and wondered and said and felt this week, it just seems like the perfect word for us to be diving into. So before we start to taxi out to the runway, which I think is about to happen here, and they're about to tell me to shut down my personal electronic devices, let's pull in fellow Creative Mornings teammate and MC Michelle Gabadia, because I want to hear her voice, I want to see her beautiful face, and I want to hear her thoughts on this incredible, timely, and powerful theme of radical. Michelle Gabadia, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, friend. I'm simply sitting here drinking my coffee. I know a lot of you think it's milk, but I like my coffee light and sweet like I like my men. So I'm just taking in the morning, and I'm excited for our theme of radical. When you think of that word, it is a fundamental shift at the root of whatever, away from what is and to what could be. So radical is kind of mind shifting and blowing, especially this week, especially this month. I mean, dang, for the last 9 months, there has been radical everywhere. And for those of us who think and see and play and create and paint and dance in full brilliant color, we live in that radical space. And we're continually moving and evolving in that. And what does that look like for the future? I am really excited about that. And I'm hyped that that's the theme. I can't wait to hear from our featured speaker today. But when you think radical, how timely, regardless of where you are in the world, your beliefs, this is the time for radical change.
Well, I could not agree more. I mean, and I feel like we've all been riding this radical wave this week. I mean, it's been a roller coaster, no doubt. But I feel like, kind of to piggyback on what you're saying, it's a time for radical honesty. It's a time for radical change, and it's a time for radical love. And I feel like, even us gathering together once a month is one expression of that, one way that we can keep coming together. So Michelle, thanks for being with us. We love having you on the team. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on the theme. Really appreciate it. Okay, we have a lot to pack in the next hour, including live music, hug micro grants, bolts of inspiration, a fun game with some prizes, personal stories for some creative Charlotteans, and a talk from Charlotte's new and own reigning radical artist herself, King Carla. But first, we have a manifesto here at Creative Mornings. It is our North Star, keeps us grounded and focused and always aware of why we gather together each month. And this morning, I would like to invite Shay Sears Bearfield of The Shay Show to read our manifesto aloud for all of us to hear. Shay, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. This is so exciting. You guys all look so beautiful. I really appreciate being here today.
Oh my gosh, right back at you, Shay, right back at you. Before we dive into the manifesto, just tell our folks a little bit about your talk show, which I was honored to be on about a week ago.
Thank you so much. My name is Shay. I have The Shay Show. I just tell wonderful stories by telling your stories and really unearthing them, finding the extraordinary in the ordinary and making sure everybody else sees it too.
Well, I loved being in that conversation with you. It was a wonderful time. And thank you for being with us this morning. Would you do us the honor of reading our manifesto for us?
Absolutely. Everyone is creative. A creative life requires bravery and action, honesty and hard work. We are here to support you, celebrate with you, and encourage you to make the things you love. We believe in the power of community. We believe in giving a damn. We believe in face-to-face connections and learning from others and hugs and high fives. We bring people together who are driven by passion and purpose, confident that they will inspire one another and inspire change in neighborhoods and cities around the world. Everyone is welcome.
Oh, thank you so much, Shay.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. All right, folks. I need to come clean. As you just heard Shay say, the second line of our manifesto declares that a creative life requires honesty. And I haven't been totally honest with you this morning. I'm not actually on a real life airplane getting ready to fly to San Diego. No, I am actually sitting in American Airlines East Coast Training Center right here at Charlotte Douglas International Airport. In fact, this is the training cabin, which was originally built in 1985. They expanded it in 1998 and 2008 with the addition of 13 full flight simulator bays. And today the facilitator is a full 200,000 square feet and plays a vital role in providing flight training capacity for Americans' fleet of planes. Now, everyone knows that Charlotte is an American hub, but this training facility is kind of the soul of the operation. It's used for training pilots and ground service employees, and do not underestimate the economic impact of this place too. Last year alone, American booked almost 300,000 hotel rooms in the Charlotte region to accommodate all of the crew members who travel here from across the country for training. I love being in here because, believe it or not, it feels strangely creative to me. It feels like I'm sitting kind of on a movie set. In fact, a lot of movies and commercials have been filmed here. Even Homeland, the TV show, the Avett Brothers filmed one of their music videos here. So I just love it. I love being around. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Who is this? Folks, you won't believe what's on my flight this morning, but none other than Tracy Montross, the Regional Director of Government Affairs for American Airlines. Hi, Tracy. How you doing?
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. Charlotte is creative.
Wow, what a coincidence. Now, welcome to Creative Mornings. Tracy, as long as I have you here, in line with this morning's theme of radical, tell us a bit about your airline's commitment to radical improvement and safety since the pandemic.
Thank you. Let me tell you, it is radically safe to travel. Never in place throughout the operation to ensure your health and safety throughout your travel. We have research coming from Harvard University that indicates that it is highly unlikely to catch coronavirus on the airplane in your travel experience. I invite you to learn more on our website at aa.com. And while you're there, check out our new destinations coming, direct flights from Charlotte to sunshine destinations. I know you need a vacation, and we know that you will be inspired by the destinations that you choose. Radically cheap flights right now. Please go and check it out. And thanks again for having us here today. We're so happy to host.
Well, thank you, Tracy. Thanks for letting me Zoomcast from your training facility. I really appreciate it. It's an interesting hidden treasure here in Charlotte, and we love that. And speaking of hidden treasures, my co-MC, Tim Miner, is at another hidden treasure in Charlotte. Tim, where are you this morning?
Hey, Matt, and I just want to say good morning, creative Charlotteans! Yes, I've had way too much coffee today. I'm not at a hidden treasure. I'm at a historic treasure here in Charlotte. So behind me, well, this way, you'll see the old parking shop on Wilkinson Boulevard. This was owned by the Reed family, and it was a mainstay of the community in the 50s and the 60s. Now it's getting new life, radical new life, and a new direction from the Roby family of companies and Red Hill Ventures. They are taking the 30,000 square feet and the top and 7,000 square feet at the bottom and turning it into creative space. And I love the fact in Charlotte, we tear way too many historic treasures down. Here, they're taking a building of kind of community significance and architectural significance and radically reimagining it, right? And it's perfectly positioned. It's on the Silver Line, will be coming down Wilkinson. in the West End. This is something everybody needs to know about the West End of Charlotte. It is a green revolution here. The greatest concentration of green space in the entire city is right here. And we're going to check in. This is what it looks like before. We're going to come back after and see what they do when they've turned it into a hub of creative space in Charlotte. Now, that said, Matt, I'm feeling a little songish right now.
Yeah, you know what? So am I, Tim.
A little punk.
A little punk. So okay, here we go. Let's thank our generous sponsors now. Let's do that in song form, as we love to do. And I think
this is a thank you. This is a thank you. A show of love.
And in honor of this morning's theme of radical, yes, we were thinking that maybe we could summon forth the uniquely sound of legendary British punk band, The Clash. So, especially
Matt, you might have a phone call. I don't know. You might want to go ahead and take that.
It wasn't mine, but at any rate, legendary British punk band The Clash, especially since they are credited with pioneering radical politics in punk rock. And after the week we had, Tim, I think you would agree we might put the punk energy up in here. What do you think? Yeah?
Well, I think that it's up to the audience now to find out if we did punk or we did junk. We'll let them vote later.
All right, Steve, go to the videotape. Is it over? All right.
I think, we might have made that a little too long by about 2 minutes and 35 seconds.
All right, folks. The votes have been counted and we're ready to make a call. I cannot pull off a punk rock. The call's been made.
No, but I will say, listen, we got the accolade of the day. Carla says it was bomb AF, so we're good.
I think it was a display of radical idiocy, but in any case.
Radical misunderstanding.
Yes, we must truly love our sponsors if we're willing to do this. So, local sponsors: Ortho Carolina, Four Eyes Web Design, WFAE, Charlotte Star Room, Boingo, Pure Intentions Coffee, and Community Culinary School of Charlotte. We love you. And I also want to take a moment to give some extra radical respect to our global sponsors, MailChimp and Basecamp. They support the Creative Mornings global community, 221 volunteer-run chapters all around the world. So thank you to this month's presenting partner, MailChimp. They have some big news to share. If you're a freelancer or an agency helping small businesses succeed, you should join MailChimp & Co. to learn new skills, build your reputation, and get tools to help you manage your clients. It's free and it's easy to get started. And of course, thank you to our project management sponsor, Basecamp. We love Basecamp because while the rest of us simply complain about email, they decided to fix it by creating Hey, which transforms email into something you actually want to use. Pretty sweet, huh? Try it out for 14 days at hey.com. Okay, I have said plenty for now, so now I'm going to toss it back over to the amazing Michelle Gabadia to give away some cash to our creative community. Michelle, it's all you.
I'm just trying to get over what I just saw. It was so much. It's so much, so many layers, so much to process, but definitely the highlight of my morning so far. You know what, friends? Creativity is not free. I know we all make it look easy, but it needs much more than a bunch of high fives and hugs. It needs funding, it needs resources, and sometimes you just need a little bit of cash to bring an amazing idea to fruition. And with that assurance, our creatives in our community can really flourish and bring to us what we need to see, hear, and do. They always need a hug, which is our helpful, unfettered gifts. And it is my favorite part of the morning when we give away our hug grants. And for 3 years, thanks to our sponsors, we've been giving $250 little financial nudges to help fund a special project or installation or something that is going to bring light and love and amazingness to our community. By the end of this year, our hope is that we give away our 250th hug, thanks to sponsors like each and every one of you. If you want to help be a little light, be a little spark in the lives of our creatives across the Queen City, please donate. Any amount is welcome. I am going to encourage you all to do that at huggrant, huggrant.com. And if you're one of those creators being supported, apply now. Apply now for a hug grant at huggrant.com. Special shout outs to our sponsors, T. Reed & Co., Savvy Co. Real Estate, Knight Foundation, Noda Brewing Company, Google Fiber, and special kudos to and a shout out to photographer Brooke Brown, who donated her fee for a shoot to fund a hug grant. That's what's up. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And now for our winners this month, for our hug winners. In the creative community engagement, Aerosol Gonzalez for mural installation. I think it's Leica, Michelle for Good Girl Magic. Robin Stockton at Robin Antoinette's Art for All. Specifically, it's art for seniors. Podcast and Media, Kitteridge Javarin for Podcast for Seniors. Faith Frummering for Podcast for Kids. Fantastic. And then in the visual arts category, Nadia Meadows, piece shown at Row Arts Gallery right on the UNC Charlotte campus. That's where I work. Come down and come see it. Amazing. Let your eyes and your heart be moved. So shout outs to our sponsors of Hug Grants. You can give. I think I'm feeling a little inspired to give. So I'm gonna give about $250 for a Hug Grant. I'm gonna make that commitment right now. Who wants to join me in matching or adding to the gift that I'm going to give right now at huggrants.com. So I'm pledging in front of all of you that I'm gonna sponsor $250 right now because it's just that important. Thank you.
Amazing.
Hey, you know what? You got to give some and you got to get some. And right now I'm feeling really giving this week and vibes into the world. To that end, I want to introduce Alexis Joe Bruce Chasky from Charlotte Star Room and the Fair Play Music Equity Initiative.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Alexis, and I'm one of the owners of Charlotte Star Room Music Development and Video Production Studio. And I'm also a part of one of the founding members of Fair Play Music Equity Initiative, where our vision is a fair Charlotte music scene where what makes us different is what makes a difference. You can learn more about us at fairplay.com. Okay, sorry, I'm a little out of breath. Very pregnant. I'm about 3 weeks to having a baby, so sorry. Okay, so without further ado, I'd love to introduce our music artist this morning, which is Kurt Keys. He's a very special, amazing artist here in Charlotte. I'm excited for you guys all to hear him. So I want to welcome him to the Charlotte Starroom music stage.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Can everybody give me the little, yeah, I like it. I really like that. It's good to be here. Thank you, Creative Mornings, for having me. I've never done this, and this is actually my second Zoom or virtual performance since quarantine. So it's really cool to be here. Thank you, Alexis. I am Kurt Keys, CurtKeyz, and I'm really excited to be here again. And here lately, let me see if I can, well, I have to unmute some things, but I'm going to sing a song off of my new EP that's coming out called Black Heart. And it's essentially about the plight of being a black man in America, and somewhat the intersection of being a black man and also being a Christian. So I'm gonna play a song from that, and hope you guys enjoy. Okay. They don't even care who or even where we've been. We've been at this too long, but the truth is we're tired. We've been here before, but the truth is we're tired. They don't even care who or even where we've been. We've been at this too long, but the truth is we're tired. We've been here before, but the truth is we're tired. They don't even care. It's about the callousness. Who or even where we've been. 'Cause I'm tired of fear, and sometimes I'm tired of living here. And the truth is, I just want to live. 'Cause they don't even care who or even where we've been. That was They Don't Care by myself, written and composed. Hope you guys enjoying it. You can go to my website at IamKurtKeyz.com. Enter your email address, join the mailing crew, you know. I'll send you I'll send you something. Thank you guys for all the love. I'm looking at the comments. It's a little far away, but I appreciate you guys so much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Kurt Keys. That was awesome. Hi, everyone. I am Tori with The Savage Way, and I'm here to give out the Bolt of Inspiration. And now, if you're new here, this is a way that we are just honoring some really creative, cool, inspirational creatives in our community. And this is all powered by Ortho Carolina. So let me tell you a little bit about Moss Art if you guys are new here and you don't know what Moss Art is. So basically what we do is we have a team of artists that use preserved moss to make different shapes like this, full walls like this, or logos, panels, whatever you want, really. So if you want to see more about what actually Moss Art is, go to our Instagram at The Savage Way. But to the main thing I'm here to talk about is the Bolt of Inspiration this month, and it is going to the incredible, giving, loving Greg Jackson of Hill Charlotte. So Greg, his nonprofit journey started in September 2016, shortly after the shooting of Keith Lamont Scott. This father of 3 daughters was a rapper and a sous chef when a day of protesting and a conversation with the CMPD changed his trajectory. Eventually, he started this nonprofit, Heal Charlotte. So his nonprofit helps train officers better interact with the community, and it's also created an after-school camp for at-risk youth in Northeast Charlotte. The most recent thing that he's working on is that Greg has launched a $10 million capital campaign to reclaim Reagan Drive in the name of the community. So Hill Charlotte is committed to converting an area motel to a permanent safe haven for those most vulnerable. This is so ambitious and is just exactly what our community needs and needs to see happen in this city. So Greg, thank you. Thank you so much for doing what you're doing to make this place we call home better. And we think that you say it best. If everybody did a little, no one would have to do a lot. So congrats on this Bolt of Inspiration. Thank you so much. Next up, we actually have the Who Built Me talk with none other than Greg Jackson.
Am I on? Am I clear? Hey, how's everybody doing? First of all, thank you for the Bolt of Inspiration award. I'm truly humbled. It is an honor to do God's work. So I'll probably show that off to the kids at my youth program so they can be inspired to one day get a Bolt of Inspiration award. But I am here to talk about who built me. And I can always go to my mama and I can always say, my mama built me, or I can always say my faith and God built me. But I want to highlight someone who has played a major role in the beginning of Hill Charlotte and the evolution of Hill Charlotte and where we are today. I have a lot of mentors that poured in me to get me to where I am right now. But one in particular, his name is Mr. Otis Crowder. He is on the board. He's one of the chairs of Crowder's Construction. I met Otis at a Rotarian meeting for the North Rotary Club, just talking about my organization and what I wanted to accomplish. And the reason why I want to highlight Mr. Otis is because he is a 70-something-year-old. He'll kill me if I put his age out there, but he's in his upper 70s. He's an older white man. Someone that I did not think was going to take the time to pour into and to help me elevate and not only mentor me through business, but really put the capital there too and put his money where his mouth is, along with all of the knowledge and wisdom that he has over the years. And it really touched my heart and gave me a new trajectory as a Black man in America on who can be a seed sower, and that nobody is exempt from doing work and nobody is exempt from sowing a seed, and everybody gets a chance to just pour into you and give you a different perception of what this country looks like. So I definitely wanted to highlight Mr. Otis Crowder, someone who built Hill Charlotte, and continues to do that to this day. He just made the first 6-figure contribution into our $10 million capital campaign. And he stepped out on faith. He continues to step out on faith. He doesn't look like me, doesn't talk like me, doesn't like the music that I like. But one thing we do have in common is we want to make this world a better place. And that makes him my brother. So that's who built me. That's one of the ones. And show love to Mr. Otis when you see him. God bless y'all.
Let's just take, Greg, that was a beautiful story. I was all prepared to jump into what I had to say. And I need to take a second. What you did is exactly why we have Who Built Me Stories, to remind us that every single person has the capacity to mentor someone, to give to someone, to give of their social capital. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to be the same color as someone. You don't have to speak the same language as that person. You just have to be willing to give it. We all need that at every stage of life, and we can all give it. There's this belief that mentorship is something for the young. Whoa, hello, wind. That children need it, and it comes from adults. Adults need it. You need it, and you can give it. You know, a big word for today is everyone. Everyone is creative. Everyone is welcome. I proudly wore my Mike Worth Charlotte is for Everyone shirt, and everyone can be a mentor, and everyone needs that mentorship at every stage of life. And they also need help with when you stumble, when you fall, when life throws lemons at you, or in this case, viruses. So to make a quick pitch, guys, the city of Charlotte and Mecklenburg County have each given CARES Act dollars to establish the Arts, Culture, and Creativity Fund. I hope you've heard about it. We didn't have a lot of time to get it out there, and it's about to close on Tuesday. Independent creatives, gig economy creatives, and cultural, historical, and science-based nonprofits with budgets under $1 million can apply to get funding to help shore up some of the expenses and losses they've experienced during COVID. This money is real. There's plenty of it, but the deadline is very, very real. You have until Tuesday. So go to investincreatives.com immediately after this. Read the FAQs. See if you qualify. Get your paperwork in order. There are office hours that you can find on the website to ask your questions live with folks from the ASC, from Hugh House, and from Charlotte is Creative, and from the Foundation for the Carolinas to answer your questions and make sure you know how to apply for the funds and what is needed by Tuesday. This money is real. The need is real. Please, please apply for it. All right. Please do this, and please share it because there is plenty of money. Now, we are not giving away money anymore on Creative Mornings, but Matt, I do think it's a time when we want to reward activity.
We do.
Do you know what time it is? Steve, do you know what time it is?
It's time to win.
It's time to win.
It's time to win. That's right. All right. So, wow, Tim, I love your energy this morning.
I don't think anybody else can see it.
All right. So before we dive into our main event with Carla, we're going to do this last thing, which is our monthly game. And this morning, we're going to call it the Radical 80s Popular Vote. The Radical 80s Popular Vote. So,
all right.
Don't veer. We're going to bring two contestants up, and let's meet them first. So we got Stephanie Hale and Jill Viejas. I hope I said your last name right, Jill. Stephanie and Jill. Let's start with Stephanie. Yes, we did. Okay, Stephanie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. So before we dive in, tell everyone about the podcast that you and Jill have launched in partnership with WFAE.
Yes. So you guys might remember about 1.5 years ago when WFAE did the Queen City PodQuest. Jill and I won that competition, which was like the highlight of our entire lives. And all this time we have been interviewing people in Charlotte about just regular people, like Tim said, not geniuses, not millionaires, just regular people about their jobs and how that influences their view of the world. And we've turned it all into a podcast with really great stories, and it launches next Friday.
That is awesome. Jill, are you, I would imagine, equally excited for this thing to find its way out into the world? If Jill is there, maybe she needs to unmute herself.
You may have scared her off with the pronunciation of her name.
It's possible. That wouldn't be the first time.
You did. You were really close.
There she is. Hey, Jill.
Sorry, it didn't unmute me.
Are you excited about this podcast?
I am. We've been working so hard on this, so I'm so excited to see how it's received. And we fell in love with everybody we interviewed, so it'll be really fun.
Cool. Well, thank you both for being our contestants. Here's how we're going to do the game. We are going to present our audience with 3 80s themed polling questions, okay? Because the theme is radical. So there's no better English word than radical. So those of you watching at home or at your office, you're about to get 3 questions. And after each one, our 2 contestants are going to try to guess what the popular vote is going to be in honor of the election season here. So let's just start with this first one. We'll crawl our way through this. So the first question is about the 80s movie Gremlins. In the 1984 comedy horror film Gremlins, what should you not do to a mogwai? What should you not do to a mogwai? A, feed him after midnight. B, pour water on him. C, expose him to sunlight. Or D, all of the above. What do you, Jill and Stephanie, what do you think the audience will choose there?
How old are these people?
We have a very age diverse community here at Creative. It makes it more challenging.
I hope, because I have faith in the world, even despite these trying times, I hope people know it's D, all of the above.
I mean, they
Yes.
look like a smart crowd, so I'm going to say D.
They are a smart
Yeah,
crowd.
guys, these are fundamental truths to life. You've got to know these things. This is
And
like
if you
up is
don't know
down and
these,
water is
we're
wet.
in big trouble.
So,
It's gonna be a scary Christmas.
Yeah.
push that question out to the audience, Stephen. Let's see what they have to say. In the 1984 comedy horror film Gremlins, what should you not do to a mogwai? I've done my voting. Everyone must vote. Everyone must vote. I wish we had some like Gremlins themed music that we could play while votes are being tallied. Votes are being tallied all over the country, folks. We're about to find out. So let's see.
I just want you to know in advance, I'm going to contest the results of this question.
Okay. Noted. Lawyer up, folks. Lawyer up. And you guys are right. Stephanie, Jill, you are dealing with 83% have said all of the above. That is right. Okay, let's move on to our second of 3 questions. Stephanie, Jill, I'm about to ask the audience, when the 1982 movie E.T. came out, what candy's sales skyrocketed? Was it A, Reese's Pieces, B, M&M's, C, Skittles, or D, gummy bears? What do you think the audience is going to say?
I mean, you all got this. I had never had Reese's Pieces until E.T. came out. So I feel like everybody else might have had that same experience. So I'm going to go with A.
Okay.
There is peanut allergies. So
I guess they looked at him at the store.
Possible. Steve, let's push that question out to the audience and let's see if what they have to say. Looking for the popular vote here. You know,
bonus points if you can provide the name of the executive at the company that passed on ET, so that this candy could win.
Wow.
Donald Trump.
I think Dan Roselli may know.
Dan knows a lot of interesting trivia. That is true. All right, let's see what the popular vote is.
Oh, my heart is beating fast.
We're on a razor's edge, folks, but it's
there it is.
Pieces at 86%. Wow, what a smart crowd. Okay, final question, everyone. Final radical 80s question. What was so special about a toy bear named Teddy Ruxpin when he came out in 1985? Is it A, that he bit strangers? B, his fur glowed neon 80s colors? C, he read books aloud? Or D, he visited you in your nightmares?
Man, it was A. I wish it had been A.
It's kind of tricky because I think it's 2. I think it's both C and D.
I think it's C.
C and D. You know what? That's actually.
See, we're already contesting the ballot for this one.
And now you see the back and forth we had in the podcast.
Let's push this final question out to the crowd.
I'm just going to say that for me, it's D.
It is probably visited you in your nightmares, but it could also be A because I think he may have bit me in my nightmares.
I wish he had bit people. That would have been the best toy ever.
That really.
There's a horror movie out there for that.
Legions of Teddy Ruxpins to be a sort of a new branch of the military. All right.
The best stranger danger toy. Just bite people.
He did indeed read books aloud. 79%. This is a very smart crowd. The votes are in. I think the 80s are radical. So thank you again for playing, Stephanie and Jill. And you're both winners.
That was awesome.
No losers at Creative Mornings, only winners. So I think you're both being deemed the Radical 80s Master Generals, and you are both going to receive awesome gift baskets from our friends at Pure Intentions Coffee. Thank you to everyone at Pure Intentions Coffee for your partnership. So congrats again to you both. We cannot wait to start listening to the Work It podcast at wfae.org/workit. And remember, you can also subscribe to Work It on your favorite podcast app, including Apple or Spotify. All right, folks, we are at the main event. Carla Aaron-Lopez, also known as King Carla, is an artist educator with a BA in graphic design from North Carolina Central and an MFA in photography and MA in printmaking from Savannah College of Art and Design. In 2010, she began her teaching career at Fort Valley State University as an adjunct professor, and she has been a Charlotte Mecklenburg's Schools arts educator since 2014. She has experience in lots of creative fields, from photojournalism to podcasting to arts exhibitions, and she continues to exhibit her personal creative work alongside her teaching career. Ladies and gentlemen, here to speak to us on our global theme of radical, please welcome the Queen City's own King Carla.
One and only, can't clone me. I got a lot of haters and a lot of homies. Some friends, some phonies. Come on, let's do this, y'all. All right, few things. I got to put a couple of reminders on the table for everyone. Number one, I am a true form teacher, so we're going to have to do this together, you guys. At any given moment, I may switch out of 3 different forms of good English, bad English, and bad academic English. I love to flip language for a living. That's what I do. As a result of that, here's the true introduction. Let me think about it. How could I possibly be inconspicuous? Some of y'all know the song, so sing it with me, but stay muted. When my flow is just ridiculous, that's why in accents, see, I'm from the South, where some of the most beautiful things come out my mouth. Unfortunately, when it comes to beautiful things, beautiful words coming out of folk mouths, I don't think a lot of people understand what that truly means. What I do for a living is support building cultures. And I've flipped culture at least 3 times in my lifetime. Undergrad and grad, that's one whole entire experience. The existence of underground Black art in Atlanta, that's another experience. And right now, with another underground Black art scene right here in Charlotte. My uncle told me when I was chosen to do this, to keep something in mind, because it's still on your mind, and I need for you to get it off your mind. My talk has nothing to do with the election and radical. My talk is that I want you to go outside and meet different people. Challenge yourself. That's what's radical. Whenever I step into a room, you know I'm in there, whether I choose to say anything or not. The presence I'm bringing to the room is larger than any words that could possibly come out my mouth. But depending on my mood, my words might be academic, my words might be bad, my words might be good. The more I stay with those bad words, though, the more I believe those negative thoughts. The more I realize that I'm the one that's in the wrong. I'm experiencing whoever in front of me the absolute wrong way. Nah, babe, here's the deal. It's 2020. Nothing is normal anymore. Therefore, we are all on our own essentially, okay? Some of us like order, some of us like chaos. Those that love chaos are thriving in the negativity of chaos at the moment. But those of us that don't want to live in that chaos anymore are trying desperately to think of other ways to communicate with one another, other ways to build with one another, or my personal favorite, in terms of sustainability in Charlotte, I am a business. I am an artist. I am a representation of the kind of creative that needs to apply for this kind of fund, the Invest in Creatives Fund. I am that person. I do not have $250 to match to the HUD grant. I am the recipient of it. I live across the street from you. I break bread with you in random restaurants. I don't hold doors for you. I don't check out for you. Matter of fact, for the folk who do hold doors and check my food out, they are my equals as well. They are not classified as an essential worker. They are classified as my neighbor. My neighbor helps to keep me alive. My neighbor kept me going at the top of the pandemic when I was by myself for 3 weeks straight because no one understood what was going on. So when we talk about radical, yes, I'm the very essence of radical. Now I don't want to turn nobody off. I'm trying to do my best to not curse at y'all this morning. It's 9:16. I'm trying my hardest, y'all. I swear, I promise. But I'm gonna keep it together, mainly because my mama's on the line right now. Y'all drop in the chat. Hey mama, y'all do that for my mama real quick. Because she's never seen me speak in front of a large group of people before, especially on this level and especially after such a long time. And my mama's the one who built me, because she'll tell you the stories of when I used to be scared to death to speak in front of people. So with that, let's think about radical like this now. I don't know why it takes everybody like 4 years to remember that America's just racist, okay? It is what it is. You have 2 full months left of 2020. Reflect. It's okay. I'm radical because I don't come with like rainbows and glitter bombs, you know? I'm a little dark. I was born in '83. I'm an 80s child. I walked through the 90s. I walked through the early 2000s. I had bright neon colors too, and Gremlins scared the crap out of me. I had a Teddy Ruxpin that had to go to the left after Chucky. I wore Umbros in the 90s. I mean, come on, guys. I was a punk before the 2000s even showed up. I was the only punk on a Black college campus. How you classify folk like me is, I'm the weird Black girl in a group of Black people. So since we're talking about radical 80s anyway, on A Different World, which was late 80s, early 90s, there was a special character on that TV show named Freddie. I am the Freddie of my group. But unlike Freddie, I'm sorry, baby, I don't smell like cushion oils or anything like that. To be honest, I might smell like smoke and coffee because that's what keeps me alive throughout the day. I'm a middle school art teacher. I can smoke a cigarette. It's what you call crazy, you know? But I mean, y'all, we can't do this no more. I have to fix my house. I can't hold your hand. My house is that of Black culture. I am here in Charlotte to support Black culture because I come from old Black Charlotte, a Charlotte that doesn't remember lights on certain streets, but when certain streets get gentrified, magically lights and crosswalks show up. I'm from an old Black Charlotte that's not too crazy about today's kids, people like me. But somehow that old Black Charlotte is beginning to change themselves to realize that even they cannot sustain any longer. They're beginning to reach out to folk like me, to folk like Dammit Wesley, to folk like Jessica Moss, Davita Galloway. We're all here. We are our sustainable community that we're looking for. You might not like the way I say it. You might not like my presentation. Lord knows I don't like getting my hair done, so I look crazy every day. And I'm okay with that. I stand up in my truth. It can get me into a lot of trouble. I may never make past $40,000 a year because I stand up in my truth. I may never own a house. I may never have a fancy car. I have no idea when I'm gonna go on vacation again. But because I stand up in my truth, and I do believe that Charlotte is for everyone, then you need to believe that Charlotte is for everyone too. I just like coming back to my house. My house is Black Market. This is my house. If you come here, we might have a conversation about grits, pop art, and whatever new trap song that has dropped on the internets that we have to check out. It's how we work. We are no different than any other artist. Every artist has a process. Every artist has goals, wishes, dreams. I help people bring those dreams to life. I remind them that they're creative. Because here's my theory. If you can make a human, you can make some art. Making a human is quite possibly some of the most creative things to do. And we still don't know how that magic technically happens. We know how it gets there, but we don't know all that magic afterwards. It's just baby shows up 9 months later. Therefore, you are creative. You created something. You made something out of nothing, and all it took was a little magic. Think about that. When 2021 comes through, am I gonna get like that weird micro appreciation thing that white people have been doing all year? Like, you guys, that's been making me really nervous. For 36 years of my life, I felt invisible to an entire group of people, and now they just show up one by one. Hey, how you doing? I don't know how to respond to you the right way. So I'll do my best and just be polite, like the Southerner that I am. But what are we gonna do in 2021? I don't care who wins. My grandma taught me a hard lesson a long time ago. Black people always go through hardship. We don't know when there's a depression, recession, quite possibly anything, because the point is to keep moving forward. Do not go back there. There's nothing back there. For all my Christians in the building, the story of Job is one of my favorite ones. God said, don't look back. The wife got nosy. She looked back, turned into a pillar of salt. Girl, you should have kept walking. And that's what we have to do. My father always asked me to be a little bit softer. Nah, babe, I can't be soft in this age. I have to keep going. If I stop now, if I fold now, the world around me is going to fall as well. So I would rather keep going. Remember, I am nothing more than a middle school art teacher and quite possibly one of the most lit and chill people all at the same time. I remind young Black kids that they're kids. You are not an adult. You are a child. I remind adults that, you know, it's okay to be a little silly, like a child. I know who I am and I know where I stand, but it's not until some of you guys make changes yourself that you'll realize how powerful I am. Matt and Tim did. I love their conversations. They're cool people. Got to invite them over for Sunday dinner once we stop being grounded by the earth, you know? Because I'm not here for the Rona, but Lord, everybody, please just stay inside. Well, how do you guys feel? What are your thoughts? Drop them in the chat. I do this all day. In 30 minutes, I have 8th graders. How much time I got, Matt?
I mean, good now. You can go a few more minutes, whatever you're feeling, Carla.
Oh, nice. Okay, so y'all dig this. This is what we're gonna do in 2021, okay, y'all? So number one, we're gonna get some coffee together. We're gonna hash out all the little hard parts. Don't worry about it. Talk to me. I'm good for hashing out all of the hard parts, like little cultural things you don't understand, because there's so many cultural things in the world that I don't understand. Because what I believe is if everybody in the room looked like you, hey, that room wasn't put together too well, okay? And that goes for me and Black people too. It's a whole lot of Black people here. What they doing? We can't mix up this situation just a little bit. Like, let's throw a couple of white folks in, some Asians, definitely my brown sisters, because I am Boricua Negro Soy all day. What we gonna do in Charlotte next year? How we gonna show representation for that? All I ever hear about is the North Side and the Wedge, but I definitely get to see all the problems of the East and West sides of Charlotte. So what are we gonna do to really begin rebuilding Charlotte's identity? Because I'm doing it on a cultural level. Ooh, that threw me off. Who was that talking? Is that my mama? But I don't know. If you have something to say, drop it in the chat, you know? But what are we gonna do? How are we gonna make this change? It's driving me crazy that I keep seeing places where I grew up disappear and new people come in and they know nothing of those spaces. It's kind of like driving around North Charlotte. It looks all clean. It's like, it's weird. I don't know what to do with this. Driving down Badersford Road and you see crosswalks, it's weird. What do you do with this? Definitely haven't been to Optimus Hall yet. So how do we begin merging more of these spaces in Charlotte and supporting Charlotte? You can have an authentic conversation without a doubt, but what's the point of having a conversation if there's no action afterward? We can talk all we want to talk, but what is the action? What is the plan? People can criticize all day. We can thank the internet for that. Wonderful. You know how to complain. Now, what is your plan to move on? What is your plan to change things? And believe it or not, so many people get overwhelmed. I'm just happy when I change one student's mind about art and creativity. I don't know who these other art teachers are that keep just showing them the same things and making them believe that they cannot be creative. That makes no sense. From bread bakers to painters, we are all creatives, all of us. Just because it's not found in a book somewhere or approved by some white institution does not mean I lack. I win, and I will always win. And I will always win with my flavor. It's just that when it comes down to the acceptance speech, I have to thank everybody. I start with God, I'll go with family, and then every single person that has been a part of my journey will be thanked as well. From a rude old white man who was a professor at North Carolina Central University, his name was Bruce DePeisler. He got my life together. To today, I chose Greg Jackson for Share Charlotte for a reason. The small work he started doing is what led him to his big dream. Now it's our job to make a dream a reality. I don't know how many times when I was desperately trying to rebuild my own identity, I sat at Sugar Creek and Reagan Drive where the 7-Eleven is, just trying to figure out something different. How can I do things differently? What do I do next? How do I move next? In 2021, we're going to start small. Black people are not going to be used for marketing for the rest of the year after the election. Don't worry, you guys. But changes have to be made, and you can start small. I started small by saying, I'm going to conquer my classroom. I am a middle school art teacher. I don't know why anybody would choose that. And I conquered my classroom because I had to conquer myself. I wish you all the same. I wish you all the best. I am Black Market Charlotte. So is Dammit Wesley and Will Jenkins. We exist on Camp North End. We have moved culture 3 times. I have changed cultures 3 times. And no, I'm not famous. I ain't ever gonna look like a housewife. Quite personally, I don't want to. I just want to do the right thing and just get home at the end of the day. My mama always told me, how many of you do I have? 1, exactly. How many needs to come back home? 1, exactly. So every day I leave the house, I hope to influence you all for the positive, for the better. About the Share Charlotte project, okay, I'm gonna come back to it. I do wish you all the best. And Tim wants me to tell you a little bit more about Share Charlotte. Share Charlotte is, they do something every year called Giving Tuesday. I didn't know Giving Tuesday was a thing, but I don't watch much TV or media. And 10 artists were chosen to collaborate with a nonprofit organization. And I started with Heal Charlotte, and I hope to continue that relationship with creating art for nonprofits that are up for purchase because the money goes back to the organization. I think I'm done here, you guys, because I'm really looking at this clock. And if I don't get to my Zoom room, my Zoom classroom on time, I promise you, 8th grade will find me on Instagram and be like, Miss Lopez, where you at, Miss Lopez? Where you at, Miss Lopez? So I'm gonna wrap it right here. And I hope you guys have had a wonderful, wonderful morning.
Man, I mean, the theme was radical and we got
Yo, because I'm a real one. I've been trying real hard to not be like all the way 100 with it.
No, but you the real one. It was enough. It was enough, sis. You applied pressure and I appreciate it. You applied enough pressure. So let's give it up for Carla Aaron-Lopez for giving us the message, the word that we needed. She applied the pressure. She did. Like, you can't not go change now. You done heard the words, people, like everyone. And I think everyone took something from that and it resonated deep in the spirit, especially where we're creative. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, sis. Thank you. I want to introduce Jordan Bailey. He is a 23-year-old from Charlotte and part of the 2018 Slam Charlotte National Championship team, and also the reigning Slam Madness champion as well. Please tip him at the Venmo at Jordan with da Poems. That's D-A, not T-H-E. And he's about to bring us a quick spoken word to start closing us out for this morning. Jordan, what you got for us?
Hi, everybody. My name's Jordan. First and foremost, give me a moment because I'm still recovering from Carla, because that was a whole word I ain't know I needed. Like, and I'm so thankful for that. Um, Originally when I was first asked to do this, I wrote a poem, but then recent events happened and I was like, this poem is dumb. I'm gonna write something different. And I wrote this last night. So if I stumble, just bear with me. It's a quick poem. But yeah. Things that I deem beautiful that are also deemed radical. A black smile, a brown song, red clay being kicked up by bare feet on indigenous land, the words indigenous land, a queer breath, a queer history curriculum, a Black History Month curriculum, the voices of America that this country has continually silenced, being echoed throughout the hollow chambers of history instead of the hollow chambers of a gun, a rapper, taking a break from talking about guns just to say that his life still matters, a TV show about an impenetrable black man who can't be shot. All the people in this country that this world has continually kept down, still fighting, because what be more beautiful and radical than surviving, especially in a country that would see you do anything but. Thank y'all. That's it. It's a really short poem. I'm so thankful for this opportunity to be here. Yeah, we love to work with all of y'all. Y'all are great. This is awesome. I didn't know about this until Jay Ward told me about it. So this is really cool. Like, I'm so happy to be here. Thank y'all.
Well, thank you, Jordan Bailey. That was that was incredibly powerful, and I can't think of a better way to sort of wrap up Carla's amazingly powerful words than with that shot of creative inspiration. So thank you so much. Please do send him a tip and say thank you. Send him a tip on Venmo, and we're going to get that Carla tip handle out there too. We're going to send it out to everyone after the event. So creatives throughout Mecklenburg County, before we wrap, I got to remind you of what Tim told you earlier. Carla mentioned it in her talk as well. Do not forget to apply to the Arts, Culture, and Creativity Fund no later than this Tuesday, November 10th at 5 p.m. It can help you reimburse you for expenses and losses as a result of the pandemic. Just go to investincreatives.com today to read through the eligibility and the requirements. And go ahead and start your applications. Don't miss out on these funds. You do not want to leave money on the table. And don't wait till the last minute because it is an application. You got to do that too. So,
Hey, Matt, can I say one more thing?
yes.
Listen, guys, this is Tim one last time, and I'm sorry to horn in because I know Matt's trying to get us all off to work, and he's right. But Carla said something really important. We've got to get to know one another. You've got to reach out, make time, and don't let COVID be an excuse. Carla and I met this year. I mean, we met last year at EmpowerCon. We had a really amazing coffee to end last year, and we have become friends this year. We've gotten to know each other despite the fact that we haven't really been physically close to one another, but one day this whole year. You can use Zoom. You can use the internet. You can use social media to reach out. If you see someone doing something amazing that inspires you or confuses you or that you don't understand, reach out with grace, treat them with dignity, but get to know them. Build up those muscles now so that when this is over, we can be together. You can hug that person because you've made a friend and you understand them, but you've done it by not putting yourself first, but by putting them and their narrative first and asking questions and getting to know them authentically. Carla pushes me as a friend. She makes me confront some things that maybe I don't always want to look at. And that's really powerful. And we can do that right now. So please, if you march forward from today, let's start the change right now, today. Thanks, guys.
I can't put it any better than that. Thank you so much for those final thoughts, Tim. And I do hope that this morning was also another reminder of how radically creative our city truly is. So folks, stay tuned for a special announcement soon about our December event, which will also serve as our 5th birthday party. 5 years? How did that happen? Until then, I want to thank Michelle Gabadia and Harvey Cummings and Shay Sears Bearfield and Tracy Montross and all the folks here at American Airlines that let me hang out here. Tori Savage, Greg Jackson, and Jill Bellajes. I know I messed it up again. Really? And our musical guest, Kurt Keys, and of course, our speaker, Carla Aaron-Lopez. King Carla, thank you all so much. Thank you to our Creative Mornings Charlotte volunteer team. A very special thanks to all of our sponsors. We couldn't do any of this without your enduring support. And many thanks to each and every one of you for being a part of this morning. Until we meet again next month, keep the masks on, keep the faith strong, and stay radical, dudes. Stay radical. We love you all.